Hey there, I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Thursday, October 13th. And our theme today is 3 things that the Gemini moon could bring. So, of course, the moon is in Gemini today. And let's take a look at what that could bring. I talked yesterday about a grand trine in air signs. And so we've got the themes up of how thinking and ideas and communication can be accelerated or magnified, how you can, how the ideas and the things that you're thinking and imagining, if you're focused on the positive, can be accelerated. If you're focused on the negative, that could also be accelerated. So be careful what you're thinking and be aware of what you're choosing to allow in your mind. So yesterday I went into that, and you can check that out if you missed it. Learn a little bit more about how a grand trine can facilitate things, speed things up, and of course your thoughts, just like the nutrition, the food that you put into your body, the thoughts that you're putting in your head, also affect your being, your well-being, and your self-care. So when you're thinking the critical thoughts about yourself, or you're thinking about your limitations, you're thinking you're not worthy, you're thinking you can't accomplish this or that, or that this or that bad thing might happen. Those are the kinds of negative thoughts that can be that can manifest a little bit more easily when there's a grand trine in air. So doesn't mean you're doomed if you had a bad thought. It's just about noticing it and taking that extra moment to go, hey, why am I thinking that? Why would I think that way? Is there another way to think about this? Or can I do something nice for myself to help me remember that life is full of good things also? So go outside, look at I was just outside looking at some white butterflies on these there's like a weed that grows in my yard, and it's got these beautiful little white flowers on it, and the butterflies just love it. And these little white butterflies land on these flowers, and it's just the coolest thing. And then the honeybees come too, and I just leave this weed there because it attracts so many of these beautiful little insects. But that's perfect for Gemini energy, right? Gemini energy is the energy of things that are attracting us. So what is when we think about Gemini as being about distraction, which you might see if you Google Gemini, something about distraction and getting lost in tangents and things like that. So that if you think about what's happening when we're getting distracted, is that we're noticing, we're paying attention to something that might normally be like in the corner of our minds. And so being like that little white butterfly, seeing that white flower and just being attracted to it and going over to check it out, like that's some really good Gemini curiosity. So, okay, so let's get back to what are our 3 things that this Gemini moon could bring. And the first on my list is new ideas. So allow new ideas to come into your mind. Make space for new ideas. Allow yourself to question your thinking. Why do I think that? Why am I spending my time doing that? Just getting curious, and have a mind of wonder. So that is the highest vibration that Gemini energy brings us, is that beautiful mind of wonder, of just being in awe at what the world has to offer, and allowing our minds to be open. And that brings us to number 2, which is curiosity. So 3 things the Gemini moon could bring. Number 1 is new ideas. So be open to new ideas, have a mind of wonder. Number 2 is curiosity. So allow your curiosity to follow what is interesting to you. It's a perfect time to go and get informed about something you want to know more about, explore things you want to learn about, notice what's interesting to you, and go and gather information. That's kind of like what the bees are doing, right? When they go to the flower, they're getting the pollen and they're going to take it back to their hive. Well, we kind of do that with ideas. It's like go and collect the new information and then go take it back to where you need to digest and process or share with someone, or whatever needs to happen with that information. Put it where it wants to go. So number one was new ideas. Number two is curiosity. And number three is communication. So once you've got the new ideas and you've explored some information, then you want to share your thoughts with somebody else. And so communication can be a little more active and lively during a Gemini moon. It's a perfect time to put your thoughts in writing or to share them with another person. Having conversations is a great way to do all these things, right? It can help stimulate your mind. It can bring in new information and new perspectives, and it can give you a chance to share what you're thinking, or what's that energy of that pollen that you went and gathered, and what do you want to tell someone else about that. So that process that we do as human beings of communicating is just a great way for us to learn more about who we are, about the world around us, about other people's perspectives and ways of thinking and styles, and all of that can help us be more healthy, happy, well, whole, all of that. And so it's an important part of our self-care to attend to the Gemini, what Gemini is really inviting us to do, to be that butterfly checking out that beautiful flower. And maybe it's a humble little flower, but it's the one we're interested in. So our three things that this Gemini moon could bring are, number one, new ideas, having a mind of wonder. Number two, curiosity, noticing what's interesting. And number three, communication and sharing your thoughts and sharing those new ideas, which brings you back to new ideas. It's a great cycle. I love it. All right. Thank you so much for being here and for having fun with me as we explore the meaning of Gemini and the energy of the moon in Gemini. And it's heightened again because of the grand trine in air that's happening this week. So take good care with your thoughts and give them some lovely energy and chance to explore the things they're interested in. Thank you so much for being here. Again, I'm Marina Ormes at astrologyheals.com. I've been letting you know that I have mini readings available on my website, astrologyheals.com, and you may be interested to get one for the upcoming eclipses. We've got a Taurus solar eclipse coming up on October 25th, and a Scorpio lunar eclipse coming up on November 8th. So if you want to know where either of those land in your chart and what's going to be up for you specifically, mini reading is a great way to do that. So check that out, and thanks for being here. Thank you for all your support, subscribing and liking my videos, and for most importantly, for watching and enjoying them. All right. Thank you. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.